What if I told you that the clock ticking in your living room isn't just counting minutes, it's quietly stealing years from your life? We all know someone, maybe a grandparent, a neighbor, or even a parent who didn't make it past 80. But why? They didn't smoke. They watched their diet. They followed the rules. And yet they faded too soon. It doesn't make sense until you dig deeper. You see, most people think death comes suddenly. But the truth, it creeps in quietly, disguised in everyday habits and unnoticed emotions. It's not just about heart disease or cancer. It's about what's happening beneath the surface, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. This video is not about fear. It's about truth, raw, uncomfortable, but necessary. Because if you want to live long and live well, you need to look where others refuse to. There are 4 unexpected reasons: psychological traps, emotional blind spots, and invisible habits that are secretly shortening the lives of millions. And the most heartbreaking part? They're all avoidable. So I ask you, what is life if not a chance to truly live? To laugh, to connect, to love without fear. To wake up at 81, 85, even 90 with fire in your soul. Not regret in your heart? Stay with me until the end. What you're about to discover may change the way you live your next decade, and could be the reason you get one more. Number 1, the silent habit that's destroying your peace. Chronic loneliness. It's not cancer. It's not smoking. It's not even diet. It's loneliness, and it's more deadly than you think. We're wired for connection. Our brains light up with joy when we share a moment with someone we trust. But what happens when those moments disappear? When your phone doesn't ring, your door doesn't knock, and your heart doesn't feel seen? Studies from Harvard and Stanford show that chronic loneliness increases your risk of death by a shocking 26%. That's more than obesity, more than alcoholism. Why? Because loneliness doesn't just affect the heart, it becomes the heart. It rewires your brain into believing you are unwanted, unworthy, invisible. Older people often fall into this trap without even realizing it. Children grow up, friends pass on, social circles shrink, and what's left is a quiet that's not peaceful but piercing. One woman, aged 79, once said, "I didn't fear dying, I feared no one noticing I was gone." That's not just poetic, that's reality for millions. But here's the truth. Loneliness isn't a lack of people, it's a lack of connection. You can be in a crowded room and still feel utterly alone. The fix? Be intentional, volunteer, call someone first. Start a conversation at the coffee shop. Schedule that weekly lunch, even if it's just you and one friend. Don't wait to be invited. Invite yourself into life. Because the moment you choose connection, you silence the killer that's been living rent-free in your chest. You breathe deeper. You smile wider, and without even noticing, you begin to live longer. The world doesn't need another lonely soul drifting quietly. It needs you, fully alive, present, and unafraid to connect. Number 2, the invisible enemy in your mind: chronic stress. You feel it in your chest, tight, unrelenting. The unspoken worries, the bills, the family arguments, the fear of illness. You don't scream it. You carry it, and it kills you slowly. Chronic stress is a biological time bomb. When your mind is always on edge, your body reacts. Cortisol floods your system. Your immune system weakens. Your blood pressure spikes. And your body, meant for healing, starts to break down from the inside. Here's what most people miss. It's not the event that shortens your life. It's how long you let it live inside you. Think about it. A car swerves in traffic. You're fine. But you carry that tension all day. Your child doesn't call for weeks. You pretend it doesn't hurt, but your heart feels it anyway. That tension, that unspoken pressure, it becomes your normal. And that normal is silently slicing away your years. Researchers at Yale found that people under long-term stress age, biologically, 10, 15 years faster than their peers. That's not science fiction. That's your life on fast forward. But what if I told you that relief isn't far away? That healing doesn't mean escaping problems, but changing your relationship with them. Start with your breath. Practice stillness. Journal your fears, then release them. Adopt a Stoic mindset. I cannot control everything, but I can choose my response. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, The pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Stress doesn't have to be your master. You can break its grip, one moment of calm at a time, one reframe at a time, one deep breath at a time. Because peace isn't found in a quiet world. It's found in a quiet mind, and that might be the most powerful anti-aging tool you'll ever own. Number 3, the dangerous. Comfort of routine, mental stagnation. Comfort can be a cage, especially after 60. You wake up, same chair, same show, same breakfast, same silence. It's not painful, but it's not alive either. We don't just age physically. We age mentally, and the real danger. It's not memory loss. It's mental decay disguised as comfort. When the brain isn't challenged, it slows. When life becomes predictable, your neurons don't fire with excitement. They flatline. You stop asking questions. You stop seeking novelty. And slowly, your soul begins to sleep. Mental stagnation is a silent killer. And yet, it feels so safe. Why learn something new when you've already done so much? Why travel when you're tired? Why change the pattern when it still works? Because what works is quietly making you weaker. A dry study from the Journal of Aging and Health showed that older adults who engaged in learning new skills like painting, playing music, or even learning languages reduced cognitive decline by up to 60%. You don't need to run marathons or get another degree. You just need to stay curious. Take a new route. Read something that confuses you. Learn the piano. Play chess. Start a blog. It's not about perfection. It's about participation. Engage your mind and you reawaken your life. One 84-year-old man took up coding. Another started learning Japanese. Not because they needed to, but because they refused to be done living. You don't retire your mind. When you retire your job, you elevate it, you feed it, you stretch it. Because a restless brain is a living brain. And a living brain keeps the body alive too. Number 4, the hidden. Poison of bitterness, emotional resentment. Time heals all wounds, but only if you let go of the knife. Bitterness is the poison we drink, hoping it will hurt someone else. But all it does is rot us from within. That old betrayal, that family feud, that broken promise from decades ago. You think you've buried it? But it's still there, coiled like a snake in your chest. And every time you replay it, every time you let that anger settle in again, it floods your body with the same chemicals as trauma. Emotional resentment triggers chronic inflammation, raises cortisol, and leads to higher risk of stroke, heart disease, and yes, early death. It ages your heart faster than junk food. Why do we hold on? Because letting go feels like losing. Like surrendering our dignity. But the truth, forgiveness isn't about them. It's about freeing you. A 77-year-old war veteran once shared, "I forgave the people who hurt me, not because they deserved it, but because I deserved peace." That's the kind of wisdom that keeps people alive. Forgiveness is strength. It's not forgetting, it's unburdening. It's choosing to carry light, not rage. To live in the present, not in the graveyard of your past. If you're holding on to old pain, ask yourself, what is this resentment costing me? Joy, connection, years. Write a letter you never send. Scream into a pillow. Cry if you have to, but release it. That's where your power lives. Because resentment is a disease, but healing is a choice. And the moment you make it, you stop dying and start living again. Conclusion. So now you know, it's not just about what's on your plate or how many steps you take. It's about what lives inside your heart, your mind, your soul. Loneliness, stress, routine, resentment, these are the real killers. Quiet, consistent, invisible. But here's the power. You can change all of it. You can reach out instead of retreat. You can choose peace over panic. You can chase curiosity instead of comfort. And you can release bitterness instead of holding on to pain. The key to a longer, richer life isn't in some pill. It's in your presence. It's in your choices. It's in the small, bold decisions you make every single day. So ask yourself not, will I live past 80? But these, will I live like I want to be 90? If this video moved you, made you think, or reminded you of someone you love, share it. Leave a comment below. Let's talk. Let's connect. Because this world doesn't need more silence. It needs more soul. Subscribe for more life-changing truths. And remember, you're not too old. It's not too late. Your next chapter can still be your best one. Live long, live deep. Live now,